Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Ian is Weirdo. Today I'm going to be continuing to work on my Pride cardigan. I don't know why I didn't think of this before. I guess I just thought it was a different color, but I've been waiting for the red yarn to come in to continue working on the rainbow side of the cardigan. And I had just like a little bit of red left. And then I didn't think this red that I had bought previously would match well enough, and it actually does. So I have another red on the way, which is different, but I'm gonna just use this. I think the red yarn should be here tomorrow. Hi Mel, welcome in. And so I have to find the center pole for this. Now, in my experience, this is a Hirschner's worsted 8. In my experience, Hirschner's has, they've put a tab on their center pole. So I think, maybe not. Maybe I'm thinking of Hobie. How are you doing today, Mel? You up to anything exciting? Okay, so can't really find the, there we go, there's something. Okay. So this is the Hirschner's Worsted Antiquity yarn. There's 4 colors available. I've been looking on the Hirschner's site today because they are having a sale. And I did mean to share this on Army of Weirdos. I don't know if it actually got shared or not. But they're having where shipping, if you get more than $35 worth of stuff, it's $1 shipping, $1.26, but you know. So if you're going to get these like worsted 8 skeins, which are huge, it's 8 ounces of yarn. Just for reference, this one's 100% acrylic. I think all of their worsted ones are 100% acrylic, or they're like high 90s acrylic, and then they have their some of them are sparkly. So this is 489 yards, and they're usually in the like $4 range. So great deal. But because they are large, getting a shipping deal is really good for them. Hi, Rudy. Welcome in. Thank you for the time check. So I just got to locate the corner in which I want to start. $48 divided by half is not 23. But most days I cannot do the math that I used to be able to do, so that's okay. We will all learn together. Now, this is my first time in a while using the Hirschner's brand yarn. I remember liking it. Oh, I forgot to turn my volume off. Oops. And blue. Oh man, okay, so the red color is not next, it's the pink color actually. So luckily I did not do much at all. So I'm just gonna frog that, keep that end out. Cool. Thank you, Rudy. Okay, so I'm going to be doing the pink next. So, gotta find the end of this. Okay. So yeah, I will be working on getting this side done because I do need the other yarn that I ordered, which should be getting here tomorrow. At least that was the original expected date of delivery. I should be getting that to do the trans side. Still, again, not quite sure how I'm going to do it in terms of how I'm going to do like the order of things. But I imagine it will be just fine. So like yesterday, I was planning. I was kind of thinking about what I was going to do today, and then I um, I basically wanted to do like a pretty big clean of my apartment because I haven't really been able to do that since I got well, since even before I was going on my trip because I was preparing for my trip and spending all my time doing that. So the apartment started to get pretty just like with a small apartment, like it just gets dirty really quickly. Um, and and then it just kind of continued to get dirty, and I tried to keep it as clean as I could when I was sick, but being sick is just really hard to maintain your space and not let things pile up and all kinds of stuff. And so I didn't put my suitcase away, I think, until like yesterday or the day before. And I've been back from my trip for like a month. So it's pretty bad. But, granted, I was like super sick and getting kind of back in the closet was pretty difficult. So I wanted to get some stuff clean, which I did, and then I took a nap, which I was kind of fighting for a while. Sorry, my like injection site is like it's just the injection site, like it's not like deep. It's just like a little itchy, and I just want to scratch my arm a lot. From my TB shot, but I I so I did some cleaning. I took a nap, and I was kind of like fighting taking a nap. And then I kind of thought about it, and I was like, you know what? I think it would be good for me to just do this and let myself, like, if my body's saying, like, take a nap, don't push yourself too hard, like, you're still recovering from being sick, which I am, like, I'm not, like, 100%, like, just, it, like, um, you know, I should kind of listen to, my body, um, so I did that, and, I felt, like, reinvigorated a little bit to kind of clean and do, you know, a little bit more, but not feel like I have to do it all today because I don't. Watch a little bit of Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Gonna read some comic books tonight. It's gonna be a good evening. I saw this thing. Someone sent me this thing about like what people do at Pride, and I'm like, I haven't done a single thing for Pride Month, and I don't know, or I don't know if I'm gonna go out or do anything for Pride Month. It just feels like a very weird time to do something like that. Um, in kind of the midst of other things happening in LA. Uh, you know, and I also don't have money to like I can, like, you know, every place has got a cover, and then when you get in, if you get a drink, even if you get like, you know, a soda, that costs money. So which so it's just like there's just nothing cheap anymore. I know there's free stuff around, but like finding that, like, I'm still gonna be doing that alone, so I haven't really wanted to like go and do that. I don't know. Mm-hmm. And also, I'm on my computer right now, meaning that my internet is back. So we had like a little bit more than 24 hours without the internet, and I used a ton of data, especially because I was streaming, and then I would be on like a Zoom call, or like there were actually several Zoom calls that I was on, and I was just like using all of my data. And granted, I have like unlimited, but it's supposed to slow down after like a certain period of time, and or a certain amount. And yeah, so glad that I don't have to worry about that right now. Luckily, that was just, I guess someone had gone and touched something, because apparently, like, maintenance came and just like it was immediately fixed, so it wasn't like a like outage of like any other kind. Very like the I saw the maintenance guy Mike, and I was like, hey, yeah, like is the internet fixed? And he was like, yeah, it's like no one's supposed to go in there but me, but someone went in there, and I was like, oh, like it was just like a weird thing. But I don't know. So is anyone making anything today? Any cool crafts from you cool cats? Sorry, that was kind of corny, but that's me. What are you gonna do? What I'm most excited for, so like a lot of like today's cleaning has been like getting stuff into the right place, and then a lot of like what is the upcoming cleaning will be like wiping down surfaces and stuff like that, which like not only do I get dust because every place gets dusty, but I have a cat who sheds, and so there's cat hair on everything, so it'll be nice to get some of that cat hair off of the surfaces and get it nice and clean. And maybe, I don't know, like I want to start dyeing, but I also want to like dye yarn. Hi, Crystal. And I want to start dyeing yarn, but I also know I need to, keep working on this cardigan. The packer is almost done. Still waiting for feedback from the person who ordered it, which, that should be, we'll see. We shall see. But anywho, what are you working on, Crystal? Are you working on your wrap? This is how the cardigan's turning out. I didn't realize that the red, that I got, the Antiquity yarn, would be like such a good match for the red I already had in. So I was waiting for more red yarn from Hirschner's, and it turns out I already had some. So more red yarn for me. Boop, 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 boop. If you all haven't seen what Crystal's been working on, it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. And I'm trying to win a bet. So, fingers crossed that I win a bet based on how much she can crochet, or well, I guess Tunisian crochet, so crochet, yeah. How much she can get through with the one ball of yarn that she spun. Which, yeah, she spun her own yarn because she is super cool and does all of these cool things. And I'm just like, I'm making a cardigan for the millionth time. Actually, I know people who make like a lot more cardigans than me, so I can't even say that. I make them, I've made probably like 6 crochet cardigans. And yeah, so not my bread and butter. I mean, they are usually big ticket items, but you do have to buy like more yarn and have to have all the colors and stuff, so it's important to have that. And also they do take a while because I make mine like oversized, and so an oversized also means something different to every person and every body, because like one person's oversized is my like crop top Winnie the Pooh moment. So this one, the sizing is going to be very specific to a person. So when I did my listing, I said like this is the sizing, and then but people could come back and be like, hey, I need it larger or smaller or this or that, and we could like work together to make the perfect cardigan for them. And so with that, I I am going to make some sizing adjustments for this person so that it fits perfectly for them, because they messaged me beforehand. Okay, so we're gonna keep doing the pink row. And after this and after the packer, assuming no orders come through, I have some ideas in mind for patterns that I'm going to write that I'm super excited about. And I've been talking to Crystal about it, but I had kind of like a breakthrough, like aha brain moment um, of what I want to, um, like what kinds of patterns I was thinking of. And that like led to like a flood of like different ideas. So gonna kind of see how that shakes out. Because I have some ideas brewing that I'm super excited about. Super excited about. Now, you all know that I love Halloween so much. So starting to think about Halloween projects is super exciting for me, because pretty much any excuse to celebrate and do something for Halloween is fun. And it hasn't really like my apartment is fairly plain right now. Like you see like these two paintings right here. I don't even know where to hang my my three dream catchers that I have from my friend. I have a small one in the bathroom just because there's a hook up there already. But I don't know where to put all of my Halloween stuff. I have my Halloween mugs, a couple of Halloween mugs, but it just doesn't feel like me, like really that much. And I mean, it's simple and there's no problem with that. But I'm I love to just be dripping Halloween, like head to toe, type of interior design. So I'm excited for that, even though I have no idea how I'm going to do that because I'm not supposed to really hang anything up. Although, I think they're pretty loose on 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 command hooks. I mean, it's not like the people who own the place ever come in here. It's just the maintenance people, in theory. so, so I don't think it would be like a huge deal, but I don't know. Um, but yeah, I want to get this feeling more like Halloweeny, you know. And so I'm excited to have that happen over the next couple of months. And maybe we can, you know, put together a cal that's super fun, that you can participate no matter your skill level, or, it's easy to participate, even if you, because, I think both Crystal and I kind of express the same issues with some of the cals where it's like if you have to do something every day, or it was really timed about doing something every week, it's just a lot. And it's if you fall behind, it's stressful, but then you also need someone holding you accountable and pushing you forward. So I think we have an idea that's I'm saying Crystal came up with all the good ideas, but like we kind of came up with an idea that is good for, you know, how we will do things to make it interesting, but also, you know, if people fall behind or like whatever, if timing doesn't work or something like that, it's not like the end of the world. Last year, I tried to do 100 Nights of Halloween. I was like, so, like, I would get on line sometimes and I would just be like so tired and exhausted and just like mentally unwell. And like last fall was like a really hard time for me, anyways. And then some nights I would miss it, and then I eventually stopped doing it altogether. And I felt like every time I missed it was just like rubbed in my face a little bit that I wasn't able to do it, and it just made me feel worse. Which I'm not trying to blame anyone like about that. I'm just saying I set it up to do something that wasn't sustainable for me. That's like the whole message, is I did something that wasn't sustainable for me. So I think we're trying to do something that is more sustainable, that we can do, that other people who have the attention spans that we do can do, and still be fun, economical. You know, we're not trying to empty out the bank account for this cow. I mean, if you want to, you can, but I don't think that's like the most, you know, that's not our goal, at least. I wish. So I don't mind this hook at all. This is the Clover Amour. I don't mind this hook, but I just like I I would rather use my furls hook. However, the furls hook does slow me down in comparison to the clover, and that's what's a little annoying. So I wish there was something that was kind of in between. Um, but that's okay. Not a huge deal. Um, but yeah, it does slow me down quite a bit to move to the other hook. I do have this hook size in a furls, which is cool. And then I have some makeup tutorials planned and some makeup just like ideas planned. I need to do a pride look for pride season. I think at the very least I should do one rainbow look, right? One trans look. But that's too high on my back. But I also want to do some different tutorials uh, based on just kind of different things that people encounter when they're doing their makeup that um, I've heard expressed makes it more difficult to do makeup, whether or not I've experienced it or not, and trying to be helpful and of service. You're figuring out dinner. Yum. I just ate rice and beans because I have so many beans. I have so many beans. So I was like rice, beans, cheese, salsa, hot sauce. That's it. Mm-hmm. And did a little rice and beans bowl. It's good. Just living the dream, eating all my beans. Beans. My acne has been so not great for a while. It looked like it was getting better, and then today it just looks really bad again. I'm over it. Over the stupid acne. I miss my testosterone dose. Oh, I have to go get my testosterone tomorrow, don't I? Oh, I hate going to the pharmacy. It's not that bad. They're really nice there. I just have to go in and get it. But I was hoping my doctor would call in my other meds this week, and did not happen. And I'm expecting my Hershey's delivery tomorrow. So I want to be around for that. They usually don't deliver it too early, but I also don't get up too early. So we'll see. Anyways, yeah, I mean, there are pharmacies that are closer to me, but I have stuck with the one that I used to be close to. So it's like about half an hour to get there through on the bus, and then half an hour back, or 15 minutes by car. So it's really not like that much faster to take my car, and then I have to, do the whole driving in LA part, which isn't that bad, but I can complain about anything. Don't worry. Okie dokie. Just working my way around. Sometimes, like when I put the different colors, when I'm starting a rainbow and I like have all the different rainbow colors, I'm like, I'm not sure like this shade of pink will go with like this shade of purple or like whatever. But like when it works out, I'm like, yes, it looks so good. I do feel like the purple could be like a little bit more bright because it's just kind of the purple and the blue are like a little bit too close in value, so they don't really stick out. It's not that bad, but wish it popped a little bit more, you know. What is happening? The thing about naps though is that you can take a nap and then you're just tired for the rest of the day. Like I actually don't have energy for anything else for the rest of the day, so sorry about it. Sitting in my seat like off kilter. Scotty was being extra super cute today when I was trying to take a nap. He just like cuddled up like next to me when we were just like spooning, just like resting. It was so sweet. He's turned out to be just a real sweet boy. I love that about him. Like sometimes he can be a little asshole, but like barely. Usually the minute I'm like stop being an asshole, he's like okay. Whereas like I've had cats that like once you're like you're being an asshole, they like up the ante. They're like, oh, you thought that was being an asshole? Let me show you what an asshole really looks like. That sounds really bad. I'm gonna try switching. I mean, I feel like with this loops and threads yarn, switching my hook, especially to a furl, something that's more inline in the shape of the head, it's just gonna catch on this yarn and split it more. And I'm already having problems with this yarn splitting, so actually maybe that's not a good idea. But I was like, I just want the grip of furls, like the weight of one. It's just nicer to use personally. And then while I'm working on the uh, like patterns and everything, I'm also going to be bouncing back and forth and working on the Alzheimer's blanket because that has been called for. And I want to make sure that I get that done because it's really easy for me to be like, okay, the fundraiser's over, so we're just not gonna we're just not gonna focus on that. But I want to make sure that I finish it because it's important. And that's someone's blanket. So I want to make sure I get that done. I'm not gonna buy viewers because I think that's silly. So also so I know I could reach out on like on some different platforms, but I wanted to know if anyone had experience with graphic design because I might want to make uh, some things, and I am really bad at that kind of stuff. So if anyone has experience, whether it's like the smallest like level of graphic design or doing bigger projects, please feel free to reach out to me, because I want to because I would really like to work on some stuff. So that's not. I would like to read. Hello, Adam. How are you? What are you up to on this fine day and or evening, depending on where you are and what time it is? I am making a rainbow cardigan that someone ordered from me. And so you just go around and you make 6 sides and you do it again and again and again and again and again and again and again. You like tacos? Very nice. I'm a fan myself. You a hard shell or a soft shell kind of person? I don't remember the last time I had a taco, to be honest. Which is crazy because like I moved to like California in October of last year and then moved to LA in December, and everyone's like, tell me about the street tacos, and I'm like, I have not had one street taco the entire time I've been here. Mostly because I'm poor. Like I don't eat out because I'm poor. But even there, I know that there's places that'll do like $2 tacos and stuff like that, but I can never find those places, or they don't, or maybe they're right in front of me and I just don't realize that that's what they're advertising. But yeah, I just walk past everything because I'm like, I can't afford it. Make something at home that's cheaper. So one day I will have a fabled Los Angeles street taco, but today's not that day. I have way too many taco ingredients made myself that I'm like, I need to make sure I eat these before they go bad. So just cool, fun things. What's unfair? Yeah, that nap. I'm like, I don't. I didn't want to wake up. Okay, so I know. So Nightbot just dropped about my Alzheimer's awareness charity that I did on the 21st. So that was this month that you get to go to California. Well, it was under a lot of really bad circumstances, so I don't wish on anyone. So perspective. it wasn't a great circumstance that I came to California under. So, you know, would trade a lot of things. But so I did have a charity stream on the 21st. However, I'm still collecting money for it. And there are some items. Let's see if we can pull those up. So there's still some items that we have if you are a crocheter, a knitter, anything like that. Let me see. We have some options. Let's see. Okay, so we have this this really cool yarn. This is limited edition yarn from November 2024. It's valued at $30 per skein. And it is superwash merino, 100% superwash merino, different shades of brown, and then it also has this really cool blue in it that I would not have noticed if someone did not point it out. This is a photo without flash, with flash, and then the back of it. So, and the person who is selling it is willing to sell it, or who donated it is willing to donate and ship it worldwide. Just they're not covering duties, customs, or taxes. So, I mean, to get like a good deal on that, and this is like an auction style, so like any bid on that would go towards would go, as long as someone hasn't outbid you, you could get that. The next one is a baby blanket. So this is done by Carrie the Yarny Elephant. If you have a baby shower coming up for someone in your family, for someone you know, anything like that, this is a beautiful baby blanket. It's done with sparkle acrylic yarn. And it's 33 inches by 44 inches, so about 3 feet by 4 feet. Carrie is insane at what she does, and to make like that like texture out of just solid yarn is incredible. So I love watching all of Carrie's work. And then also we have Crystal Hook That Yarn, who is willing to donate patterns from her Ravelry. So if there's anything that you like that you've seen that you would like to donate, as long as someone has not outbid you, and like honestly, like really the important thing is getting what is a baby shower? So a baby shower is an event that usually happens before a baby is born, where people, so the mother who is pregnant or expecting a child will have, someone usually throws it for her, but some people throw their own, whatever. But basically people like, she'll have kind of like a list of things that she wants for the baby. So it can be strollers, it can be diapers, it can be anything, because having a child is very expensive. So if you want to donate to the Alzheimer's Association, if you look at not what just dropped, that's directly to me. But if you want to donate to the Alzheimer's Foundation, it's like 5 or 6 chats back, and it talks about the Alzheimer's Association. And that goes directly to them. I don't have anything to do with that. I don't get any money off the top or whatever. And you can donate through that. And then if you want to bid on any of these items, you can bid as well. But yeah, a baby shower is just where you bring items for a baby that is either about to be here or is here. And it's kind of similar to like a wedding shower where people will donate things to like a couple that doesn't really have much, and they're kind of combining forces. So that's what a baby shower is. So those are items that you can get, or you can donate just directly to the cause. Thank you for asking. I really appreciate that. I did so on the 21st. On the 21st, I did a stream for Alzheimer's awareness. It's a very near and dear cause for me. I lost my grandma to it. I lost my grandfather to dementia. Alzheimer's is a form of dementia. And so we made the day talking about the people that we loved, remembering all of the good things, because these diseases, they're really, they are so harsh on the people who are experiencing them, and then they are hard on the people who are around them. So so the money that you and I say it in the video, like if you ever want to watch it, it's okay. I mean, I appreciate that. For me, it's important to do stuff like this because this the Alzheimer's Association, what they do is the money that you donate, how it gets used is they use it to, one, fund a helpline that they have for people who are diagnosed, caregivers, and like the numbers, I don't have them off the top of my head, they're over there, but like the number of caregivers, and these are what they define as a caregiver are unpaid people who are helping out people with Alzheimer's and dementia. So these are family members. These are, the family members that have to come out of the woodworks and help out because the family, doesn't know what to do with this family member who's sick until it gets really bad and they can no longer take care of this person. So like a staggering number of caregivers, the caregivers can call the helpline, and then also medical professionals can call the helpline. So it helps with the helpline, and then it also helps them put work towards funding prevention, a cure, maintenance, or like slowing the disease progression of these diseases. And it helps them put certain bills in place that help protect people who are sick and people who help people who are sick. So I have worked with the Alzheimer's Association before. They put their money where their mouth is. I said that like 400 times when I was doing the fundraiser, but like this is one of those foundations that I really do feel like they do so much good, and they really are putting the work in to make the world like a better place, which I know that sounds cheesy, but like the statistics of like how many people are likely to get one of the get some form of dementia. So if you reach age 45, I think it was I hate to misquote it. It was so high. I think it was like 1 in 3 adults will get it. Will get some kind of dementia. It's over there and I have Crochet in my lap. But if you want to hear the exact statistics, I'm reading off of, actually, you know what? I have it. Sorry. Sorry. Asking me to remember something. What the hell? Okay, so this is actually a pamphlet or a flyer that they gave me, the Alzheimer's Association. So they say 1 in 3 seniors die with Alzheimer's or another dementia. And then they say the lifetime risk for Alzheimer's at age 45. So like, I'm assuming I read that as if you make it to 45. So it's 1 in 5 for women and 1 in 10 for men. It is so crazy high. And so and then talking about deaths, and just like it's an insane, just like reading these is always just like so like nauseating. And that's why I work uh, with them, because they're working on a cause that's going to affect so many people. Does affect so many people. Like this is a particularly crazy square. So they say between 2000 and 2021. These are also just for 2024, unless stated otherwise. So between 2000 and 2021, deaths from heart disease have decreased 2.1%, while deaths from Alzheimer's disease have increased 141%, which is crazy. It's crazy. The more you read this, the more you're like, oh my gosh. And then here it talks about that there are over 11 million Americans that provide unpaid care for people with Alzheimer's or other dementias. So like I said, a lot of these are family members or neighbors or anything. There's a lot of people who are just helping people out, and those aren't the nurses in nursing homes and what we would think of when we think about caregivers for a lot of people. So and then this down here, this is talking about how the helpline can help people be better caregivers, because people deal with caregiver exhaustion. And so I mean, just reading this, I mean, there's so much. I'm sorry, I took a picture of the whatchamacallit, of the flyer. I could not get a great picture of it. I apologize if you can't read any of this. I did my best. But yeah, these numbers are crazy high, and every time I read them, I'm like, oh my gosh. But this is from a pamphlet from the Alzheimer's Association. So like I said, funds raised help with the helpline, driving research, treatment, prevention, and ultimately a cure, and then recruit a nationwide network of advocates, and that is about helping with government policies and advocating for this cause. This is my grandma. She is so cute. And I put proud Texas in verse, because if you know anyone from Texas, you know that that's the first thing out of their mouth. My grandma was no exception. But she, like, the reason I love crafts, the reason she just was always anything I wanted to try, like craft wise, like she just would do it. She sewed everything. She sewed clothes for my my aunts and uncle, like their whole lives, with just the fabrics that my grandpa would buy. So she was an amazing woman, and loved her so much. And like, you can't see it, but like, see how like blue the water is in the pool that she's in. She, thanks. I appreciate that. I hope you live a wonderful life as well. Thanks, Adam. You're welcome here anytime. But so her eyes, my mom's eyes as well, are like this color blue. It's crazy. So, yep, that is my grandma. But yeah, so I did have the statistics right there. I don't think of anything else. Yeah, and I actually ended up having her. Yes, I believe she was 80. Mm-hmm. And we had it. We had the fundraiser on her birthday, which I did not plan, and I didn't realize until I was on the page, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, it's my grandma's birthday!" There's a couple people who are online right now. It's methinks. What color are your eyes? My eyes are green. I don't know if you can see them. Also with my bags. I feel like when I'm wearing certain makeup, it like is more apparent, but my eyes are green. I don't know if you could even see any of that. I think my dad has brown eyes. I think my sisters. I think my older sister has brown eyes, and I think my younger sister has like so like a little bit of green, but there's like more brown than mine. Like mine are like pretty green on most days. It really depends on like what is going on around them, how they can change. But if I put like green eyeshadow on, like purple on, like then they're like green, you know. I don't know what that is. Someone should not let me have little snippies, but they did. I don't know what that is either. Okay, now we're actually going to do the red. Yeah, they're light. Mm-hmm. Yeah, one time I went into, I think, I don't know if I've told the story, but like, so it was one of the last times I went to an optometrist, and like, I had started, like, I'd never really had sensitivity to light before, like that much sensitivity, to like light outside. But when around the time I turned 25 or so, maybe a little bit younger, it just got really bad all of a sudden. And so like when there's like a distinct change in something, they tell you to tell your doctor because that could mean something usually, right? And so I told this optometrist, who is a dick anyways, and they they so I was like, hey, I don't know if this is anything, but I've become really, really sensitive to like to light, and I especially notice this like when I'm driving, but like I mean that's really the only time I'm outside, kind of, or like in exposure to like any light because I don't go outside. And he was like, well, there's this thing called the visor that you can flip down. And I'm just thinking, fuck this guy. Like, I'm 5'2". I, like, my car has bucket seats. The visor that this doctor I mean, what did he think that I didn't know I had a fucking visor? Anyways, but he but like the visor doesn't cover your eyes that much if when you're short and you're in a seat that is a bucket seat. So it was like, I know that there is a visor. I still have I was like, I was like, okay, I didn't even merit, like, I didn't feel like that merited a response because he just doesn't want to be like an a-hole. But you know how they like everyone says, like, if you see like sudden changes in anything, talk to your doctor about it. Well, I talked to my doctor and he was a dickhole, so just whatever. Sorry, the side of my nose was itchy. Mm-hmm. Okay, so now we're on to the red. I can't believe that I didn't think about this color until like today. Would have probably worked on this a little bit more, but it is what it is. I had a friend back in elementary school who had eyes like that changed color when she wore her. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think for a lot of people, yeah, that's like a green eye mostly problem where it's like green to brown. Because green is actually not like your eye color, as far as I understand. Like green is what happens when you mix blue and brown. So you have like blue eyes that have brown pigment in them, or something. So that's why it's easy to see that kind of swing. But it's so weird, like also growing up when like you like one person will be like, "Oh my gosh, your eyes are so green," and you're like, "Oh, cool," and then another person is like, you say like, "Oh yeah, I have I have green eyes," and they're like, "Not really, barely," and you're like, well, what is it? You're like so confused for the first part of your life. At least I was. Margot has hazel eyes. Do any of your kids have hazel eyes? Or are they because your eyes are dark, right? Not dark, but like you have brown eyes, right? My ex was really into like genetics and like the Punnett squares and or whatever they're fucking called, about like recessive genes and stuff like that, and like wanting to have like a blue-eyed baby, so all of that stuff. And I was like, who gives a shit, you know? Well, that's all you care about, because like blue is recessive. It's like ginger, like being a ginger, which she also had in her family. So I'm like, might end up with a ginger, like a blue-eyed ginger, and brown eyes like me. Yeah, so they got recessed out. Because I think how it is, isn't it like if you have brown eyes, like you could have the recessive gene. If you have hazel eyes, you definitely have the recessive gene. So there's only like one possible way that they could have had, like out of four. I don't know. I don't know. I never really paid attention that much because I just didn't care. I paid attention enough to pass a test, whatever I had to do. And then, actually, does my sister have brown eyes? Oh wait, you have a live scheduled at 8:30? Oh, I'm gonna have to. And freckles and dimples are dominant. I did not know that. I know like cleft chins are dominant, but I didn't know that about freckles or dimples. I think I have dimples. I don't know. Now when I think about my parents, I just think about them being wrinkly. So I don't know if they have dimples. Do my parents have dimples? Do I know anybody in my family? I don't know. I did not. Yeah, I didn't know about freckles. I had freckles when I was younger, like a little bit, but I don't really have them anymore. Um, yeah, and then I was when I was born up until the time I was like 4 or 5. I was like platinum blonde, which I can barely believe about myself. But I was platinum blonde, or like really really blonde, and then my hair's just gotten steadily darker over time. Um, and my sisters both had darker hair. Um, Starting out, but I think my older sister's close to black hair now. My little sister, her hair's kind of leveled out at like a medium brown. It's kind of close to where mine was at her age. So I think we're all going to get to like pretty much black. My dad's hair is naturally like jet black. Um, my dad's eyes, I believe, are brown. I'll find a picture of my family. It's going to be hard. I have some from the wedding, but I don't think. Also, we're all so like so all of the kids, so like my sisters and myself, we all have like really tiny eyes, squinty, some might say. My sister, older sister, the most, like she, like when she smiles, her eyes disappear. They're gone from her face. And she has a, a lazy eye, so so it's even more even smaller. So I'm not going to be able to see her eye color in any picture that ever exists ever. But let me see. Wait. Okay. I can't tell. Okay, my mom has dimples. My sister has older sister has dimples. My dimples are the cutest. My dad might have dimples. Might just be age. My sister has dimples and freckles. Your kids have red tones in their hair, but they have brown hair with red highlights. Oh, that's fun. That's cute. Yeah, my little sister has freckles. She's got the most predominant freckles of us all. Like, like look at my older sister. Her eyes are closed. I told you, we just all have like really like we don't open our eyes apparently when we take pictures. My little sister, she was much more relaxed and not cheesing as much. She was like, "No, get me away from these people, so you can actually see hers." But I can't tell her eye color from this because it's kind of far away. She might have brown eyes. She might have green eyes or hazel. I don't know. Your son had one red hair. That's when I like if I don't dye my hair, I have like I have a couple. I have probably like 10 that are going gray, but I don't. You know that's cool. It's fine. Does not bother me. I think gray hair is awesome, so I'm super stoked for it. Hello, Mrs. Crafts-Lot. I yeah. As soon as Crystal said something, I was like, oh, I didn't welcome you into that. Well, so also like uh, hair, you know, darker hair can become red um, by like natural bleaching from the sun. Not saying that's what happens, but through the bleaching process of if you use like chemical bleach, you would go through a red phase to get to blonde. It's just like if you put bleach on like a black t-shirt, how it would go through like it would be like um, black and then red and then orange and then yellow and then white. That's how got a rainbow beard. That sounds fantastic. Happy Pride Month. Also, Crystal is going live in about 10 minutes. So we're going to scoot over there if anyone wants to. Browns, reds, blacks. It's every color. That's fun. Maybe that's where your kids get the red. Also, like beard hairs, I feel like there's so many people that like their beard hair is red when they have no red in anywhere in on their body. It's like I don't know why beard hairs are so prone to being red. And all the stuff I learned about hair and skin in aesthetic school, that was something that we never learned. So I don't know. I mean, like we kind of learned about like why hair would be a pro. It's just like oh, it's genetics. So it's like that is what it is. But so many people have red in their beards, even if they don't have, even if they aren't gingers. I forgot what I said. So when you said you think so, I don't know what you. But yeah, it's very interesting. Very interesting to see how his hair was more red when he was younger. When I bleach my hair, it goes strawberry blonde instead of a blonde or white. That's why I just dye purple on my hair. Yeah, see, my hair won't hold purple. That's one of the colors. That's the only color that I can't do. Yeah, yeah. That's yeah. Some people do have more uh, red pigment in their hair. It's probably what you're facing against. But purple goes great over strawberry blonde. So, although strawberry blonde's pretty too. Some Irish somewhere down the line. Oh, very cool. Yeah, I thought I had more Scot. I thought I had more Irish than I actually do, but I have been told it's more, um, just more uh, Scottish. So I don't know. They're neighbors. So very nice. Did you did you grow up eating any of the traditional food? I asked that like my stomach is not like, oh, don't talk about food right now. Sorry, my our fit is like 11 right now, so when I ask questions about food, I immediately regret it. Yeah, genetics. It is a lottery. Yeah, it's a lottery because there's some things and you're like, yeah, that makes sense, and then there's some things that like totally happen at random. Um, then there's mutations that happen just like all over the place. It's yeah, it's crazy, and they are exactly like that. She didn't see corned beef and cabbage until she came to the States. Interesting. I have only had corned beef from a can, but I love that. Um, cabbage, cabbage. I fuck with. I'm not a huge, I'm not a huge coleslaw like mayonnaise coleslaw fan. Um, Raised in the South, I feel like it's a little bit of a cardinal sin, but what are you gonna do? And then pork hock and cabbage. Like like I'm trying to think what pork hock would be. Like ham hock. What is I know I've heard the term ham hock about 1.5 million times in my life, but I can't tell you what it is. My brain's just not computing. I got this really pretty thing that I'm super excited to try. It's this Wet n Wild Chameleon Chrome eyeshadow foil, and this is super random, but I also need to make sure I don't like get it all over my hand and then touch my project. Like they wouldn't like it. But I'm excited to try it. I'm trying to get a brush for this. See, I've been a little out of the like duochrome like liquid eyeshadow game because I don't know. It's just everybody's doing it. So I'm gonna get a little bit on the brush. So these are kind of little flakes. That's nice. So I did kind of a sheer layer. Well, that's pretty sheer anyways. But just tap, 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 tap. Oh, that is really, really light. Okay. How the fuck am I gonna move my hand to show you this thing? So it's like, it's gold and then it's purple. It's pretty. I think it's part of the leg. Yeah, I think it might be part of the butt, but usually when the people are talking about pork butt, they mention pork butt. I should just search it right now. But yeah, this is really pretty. That nice like foiled multi-chrome look. That's what all the kids are doing these days. And I finally was like, oh, okay. The reason I don't do a lot of like multi-chrome, no one asked, but this is why. So, because multi-chrome, it looks different when you try to take a picture. It's going to look different on one eye versus the other. So it looks like you did your makeup uneven, even if they're perfectly symmetrical, because you see the shift like to green and like gold right there, maybe. And so even if you did your makeup perfectly symmetrical, it's always gonna look not symmetrical. So it looks really good in videos and in person, and it looks like shit in pictures. And most of my stuff I want to have it look good in pictures. But it's like some lights it looks like really like chunky and uneven, but in person actually does it. Yeah, I don't know, but you can kind of move it around and it's less chunky and uneven. I'll give it a try. Something fun to try. And it's Wet n Wild, so always good value there. Yeah, I wish I could show you like the green that I'm seeing. Like, it's like someone's just like pulling out Velcro. But it's just like I can't show you the green. You can see the purple really well. Maybe it's the light. Who knows? Whatever. I tried. Crystal, are you going live like right this second? Or are you gonna wait? Actually, I could just pull up YouTube. Mm-hmm. There's some people who I'm like, am I subscribed to you? Because I have your video popped up, but I'm not getting Crystal's videos to pop up. Sometimes YouTube can be so rude. I don't appreciate that. If anyone's going to be rude, it's going to be me. I'm gonna wait till Crystal goes live, and then we'll be over there, and we'll be like, "Hey, Crystal, what's up, girl?" And she'll be like, "I'm making stuff," and we'll be like, "That's cool." And then she'll be like, "I'm from Chicago." YouTube has been playing games with you too? Yeah, what is up with that? It's so rude. Oh, I'm on the wrong channel. Oops. Yeah, it's like, yeah, when you there are people that you want to see, and you don't get notifications for them, and then there are people that you really, really want to see, and you don't get notifications for them, and I'm just like, that is just freaking rude. Freaking rude. Is that freaking rude? It's freaking rude. I'm seeing all these like code oranges and stuff for like different things, and like Marshalls, TJ Maxx, Home Goods, and then there was then there's the Summerween at Michael's, which is distinctly different from Halloween, which I don't know if, and correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't shop at Michael's often, but have they ever done a Summerween collection? And the Summerween collection is, it's all about like kind of marrying like traditional like summer concepts of like fruit and like the pool and summery colors with like skeletons and spider webs and stuff like that. And I don't remember ever seeing something like that. Have we? Have they done something like that? These are definitely fireworks. They're really popping off over there. It's like pew 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 pew. Okay, so Crystal is live, and Crystal is going to be live with Kiwi's Crochet Corner in a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this link right here, and we're going to do a little weirdo read. Okay, I went to Michael's the other day, and it was stocked with a bunch of Halloween decor. I saw a really pretty hot pink ghost. Yeah, so that's the Summerween collection. They're not even releasing the Halloween collection. So weird, right? I saw a pineapple. I saw someone post like a pineapple that was like carved like a jack-o'-lantern or something. So that's what I'm talking about with the fruits. Okay, so we're gonna go hang out with Crystal. If you want, I'm not gonna make you do anything you don't want to do. Also, if you want to say weirdo raid, you're welcome to. If you don't want to, you don't have to, because I honestly think raids are kind of weird anyways. But but yeah. So yeah, Michael's is, yeah, they really are trying to, you know, do some things. I wish they did more Pride stuff. They do some Pride stuff, but I wish they did more. But let's go hang out with her. So I'll see maybe some of you over there. Yeah, it looks like Halloween, and then people were like, "That's Summerween," and I'm like, "Wait, what?" But I don't know. Anyways, I will talk to y'all later, maybe. I don't know what's going on with my voice. Okay. Bye.